All right. With that, we continue on through. I don't think I can check to see who won the national title last year, but position changes. This is going to be huge because of how we can move people over. So we start off now with our 4 new athletes, including Marshall Gates. He's a 79 running back and an 80 rated wide receiver. Josh Williams is a sophomore, despite being a JUCO, 76 running back, 76 wide receiver. He can also play the secondary. Richard Washington, 67 quarterback, 68 running back, 66 wide receiver. He can also play the secondary. Yana Pello. And then Darren Green, O-line or D-line, likely O-line. Yeah, he's definitely a better member of the offensive line. O-line or D-line, though, for Darren Green. At quarterback, McTurnover's up to an 86, and we still haven't seen off-season training. He's got to be a quarterback. 86 rated quarterback. He's a 78 running back, 79 wide receiver. Pitts has to stay at quarterback. He has to. He's the guy. But now behind him again is Antonio Reddick, the next one. So we are set up at quarterback now for the next 5 years. It's McTurnover, and then it's Reddick. We're going to redshirt Reddick this year and hope he doesn't get pissed. And then that way, he'll still be a freshman while Pitts is a junior. Thad Castle stays at quarterback. And now Mike Mendoza, also there. He'll stay. So none of these guys I was really looking at putting at quarterback. The option for Washington is there. He'll likely go running back or wide receiver, maybe in the secondary again. So quarterback, I think we're good. Pitts is our guy. Running backs, though, this is where it gets interesting because there's a lot of goddamn running backs. A lot. Jesus, what are we going to do? So we do have Bullsworth, who is going to get a little bit better. He is best at running back. Fry is best at running back. Baker, best at running back. Russell, best at running back. White's also best at running back. N'Golo Kante and Eric McKnight. All of those best positions running back. Fullback-wise, we are going to have to move somebody over, but Adrian is there. Wide receiver. Bagman, best at that position. Dwayne Johnson, also at his best. Buck Naked. Ron Muhammad. Locksmith. Squidward Tortellini is actually better at running back. Caleb Green. Jake Steele. And Hot Wheels. So between the running backs and the wide receivers, all of these guys are in their best possible positions. There's just 1,000 people to choose from. And then tight end wise, we need an extra tight end. Yeah, we need an extra tight end. And we need an extra fullback. Right. So, let's take a look here. So is there anybody here that doesn't drop off like horrifically when being moved to fullback? And the answer appears to be no. We might end up with a walk-on or two. Oh yeah, the cuts are going to be a nightmare. Is there anybody here that can be moved to tight end without falling off the face of the earth? We might have to deal with walk-ons this season just due to the limitations, or we just move people over and say fuck it, which is what we're gonna have to do. So honestly, Adrian is gonna have to be our top tight end. We need him a tight end. He's our best tight end option. B-Major, what's going on? Good job on the call today. I was able to watch some of it. Yeah, we don't need an 83 rated fullback when he's gonna be our best option there. So honestly, fullback this year isn't gonna be a factor. We gotta move these guys over to tight end. And we'll have to run our scrub running backs at fullback. And yeah, B-Major, we finished 7-6. Absolutely miserable. Dropped from a 5-star school to a 4-star school. So what we'll have to do is this season we'll probably head to the one-back formation, and that way fullback's not factored in at all. These will be our tight ends on the year, and we'll do what we can. So we still have those athletes to worry about. I'm going to hold off on them for the moment. So likely, like these bottom running backs, the 3 stars might get moved over to fullback. Let's take a look at the O-line, and we'll set this up as best we can. Like I said, we know we have an athlete who's good for the O-line or the defensive line. And I'm not quite sure where we are going to put him yet. It fully depends on the limitations of the team, kind of where we need that help. So these are all the members of the O-line. Our top-rated guys are fairly obvious. Let's see, Grimes drops by 1. Rhino drops by 2. Gigolo drops by 2. Park Cows drops by 2. Crust goes up by 1. So, Cheese's Crust, right guard. Frank Grimes, probably left guard or center. So Rhino goes up by 1 at center. Gigolo goes up by 1. Park Cows goes up by 1. So now it doesn't really matter. Let's have Park Cows move to center. And Bam Bam Gigolo at right tackle. So from there, Blomy drops by 1. Hall goes up. Quagmire goes up. Brady goes up. Fatu stays the same. McLeod drops. Ferguson goes up by 1. So we got Gigolo at right tackle. And Jablomi drops by 1. Fatu stays the same. Cloud drops. So we'll put Jablomi at right tackle. We'll move Fatu into the middle. Don't you want your best O-lineman at left tackle? I mean, Rhino's going to be like an 86, 87 by the end of the season. And that left-hand side, that blind side, still going to be very strong in general. But it's a matter of, okay, do you want your best guy at, to set the edge necessarily, or do you just want to be able to put people in their best possible position? That's always the debate. Hall goes up by 1, Quagmire up by 2, Brady up by 1, Fatu is a center. Jesus. And Ferguson up by 1. Yeah, there's really no reason to have anybody else there but Fatu. Alright, we are set. At least for the O-line, unless we move that guy over. Shout out to Razor Sharp.
Jeez.
Boston College fighting guys. That's the only fight we'll actually win, is a fight in the stands. Razor, thank you for the 52. Good lord. All right, the defensive line. Let's see what we can do here. I got a feeling we'll be moving that athlete lineman to the defensive side as opposed to the offensive side, because this might be the weakest our defensive line has looked in years. Let's see, Epant drops by 1, defensive tackle. JJ stays the same. Bass stays the same. Buttersworth clearly a DT. Knife Pervert stays the same. Schrader up by 2. McTugson, clearly a defensive tackle. Victor Fogel, clearly a defensive tackle. Bumfuzzle up by 2. Yeah, I guess we have been moving people who are going up by 2. Jake Williams stays the same. Morand, clearly a DT. And Eric Manning, clearly a DT. So, JJ and Numbass over to the right. And that's pretty much it. A shitload of defensive tackles because of how this worked out. Which is okay. So that athlete, let's just see where he was, at his best. It's Darren Green, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is. So he is a 70 rated center. He's better on the offensive line. He is. He's better on the offensive line. So that is where he will be. He almost is a little bit undersized. 6'4", 240. Maybe we don't move him to the O-line. Maybe we do move him to fullback. 59 rated. Maybe Darren Green's our fullback. Because he's almost undersized in a sense to be an offensive lineman. Thinking maybe fullback. Like he's obviously at his best on the O-line. He won't be really good enough to play anything. Yeah, 6'4". And there was 6'3" Albert McLeod. It's a massive fullback. You're not wrong. What are we thinking? Put him on the O-line or just put him at fullback and train him up? He would be an absolute tank of a fullback. Does he have, okay, 16 trucking, 23 elusiveness, 40 break tackle. Okay, he's not very good at carrying the ball. 40 carrying? Ugh, yeah, no, he's... 40 carrying is a little bit rough. That's a little bit rough. All right, well, shit, we got our answer then. We got our answer. Yeah, he's going to have to go to the O-line. He was best at center. He might eventually start on the O-line. It won't be this year, though. It won't be this year. That was a private school undersized option. Tight end, he just doesn't have hands. He doesn't have catching either. B Major, thank you for the $5. Appreciate you, friend. Thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, that's why I wanted to check the stats. He doesn't have the hands. He has no offensive skill whatsoever. So, all right, linebackers. Let's see what we got here. So Simpson stays the same. Platypus drops. Arano stays the same. So we'll move Simpson out to the left. Arano out to the right. Virgin stays the same. Premion. Ide Lasso, as Endo wanted them called. We'll move Virgin out. Candyman will stay in the middle for now. Porcamus, a big booty, will get moved to the right. Anoki stays the same. Meta World Peace stays the same. Rawls stays the same, and Grant gets a little bit better. Let's see, we got 3 on the right, 2 on the left. We'll move Anoki over. And I think we'll leave it at that. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Achilles, what's going on? What season are we at? We're about to head into 2022. We are 5-2 in bowl games, but have yet to make it into like true national title contention, unfortunately. Pretty much what we're looking at. All right, now the secondary. Now the secondary, and then we still have to figure out where those 3 athletes are going. I think 2 of them could play the defensive side of things, so that'll get interesting. And again, we'll be renaming these players soon. So, Numb Legs up by 1 at safety. Hooker up by 1. Actually, you know what? We might need to raise the standard there. So a +1, because Arceus gets 4 points better. Rodrigo goes up by 1. Dindes goes up by 7. Lawnmower. Burger. Yeah, pretty much all these guys are going to go right back over to safety. We are going to be hurting in the secondary this year, as if we weren't before. Taiwan, number 1 moves on. My foot in your ass, he can stay. Kyle High moves over. Rutledge will stay. Boo-Boo Kitty Fock, and then Anton Shakur will also move over. So those are the options at corner, which isn't exactly amazing. And then at safety, Dindesk down by 1. Lawnmower up by 2. Arceus stays. Burger down by 2. Klitschko down by 1. Taiwan number 1 goes up by 1. Shakur goes up by 2. Kitty Fox stays the same. And High drops. We'll move Kitty Fox over. All right. And then kicker and punter, the situation here. Let's see what we got. We are down to 3. Kick power, our kicker is going to be Lifetanium Doofed Boy. I mean, beef smell, beef smell. Okay, so that's the question. That is the question. Doofed Boy has the power, but beef smell has a huge advantage in accuracy. I think we go for the accuracy at kicker. And we put Dufed Boy at punter. Let me know if you guys disagree, but I think that's the way to go. And then Cream of Wheat will just be hanging around waiting for these guys to leave. So, athletes. 5-star Marshall Gates, 79 running back, 80 wide receiver. Also 73 tight end, but we can't put him at tight end. We can't do it. 79 running back, 80 wide receiver. I mean, we have two 78s that are about to get better. And we have some wide receivers that are about to get better, too. He could play either. 5'11". Josh Williams, 76 running back, 76 wide receiver, is also a pretty good safety. But I don't think we need this guy at safety. We don't. At least not right now. There's way too much competition at safety. I agree we might have to check their stats. And then Washington's a 67 quarterback, 68 running back, 66 wide receiver. And also a secondary option, not a great one. So Marshall Gates. Obviously not a QB. And here I'll take myself off the screen so you can see everything. 77 route running, 70 release. 61 catch in traffic. Man, I think we gotta go running back. Looking at the attributes, me personally, I'm leaning running back. He doesn't have great jumping. He's not the tallest. The catching's not starting off too hot either. He's got a long way to go. Catching traffic is terrible. And there was a fair point. I mean, play recognition's more of a defensive side of things, though. It does depend on how we're willing to wait for him. Josh Williams, 90 speed, 77 spectacular catch. Does have good zone and man coverage, actually. Man, this is tough. 94 carrying. Damn. And then Richard Washington as well, decent man coverage. So Richard Washington has no route running skills whatsoever. So he's either a secondary option or a running back. And the problem is his elusiveness isn't great, his carrying isn't great. So this guy is definitely secondary. Okay, so we have this decided. Washington's going to the secondary. Williams or Gates, one goes wide receiver, one goes running back. So let's move Washington. His best position in the secondary, I mean, 67 corner, that's not going to be enough to be overly important. So let's move him to safety. So Gates or Williams, one goes to running back, one goes to wide receiver. If not both to wide out. I mean, running back wise, though, we don't have that elite running back in the system. We do have Courtney Baker, but they're a ways away. Wide receiver wise, Bagman's there, The Rock, Buck Naked. Williams at wide out, no trucking. That's fair. Yeah, the break tackle for Williams is pretty rough. Absolutely no trucking, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I think we have our answer here. Oh yeah, look at the juke move. Gates is just designed to be a running back. Better carrying for Williams. Better catching traffic, much better route running. I think 83, yeah, we got our answer. Josh Williams is going to go to wide receiver. Marshall Gates is going to be potentially that next great running back to join the likes of Pat Garwo, Sean Peterson, Squeezy Jaqueezy. Marshall Gates goes to running back. So with that, again, I need to switch some people to fullback. These 3 stars, Eric McKnight, I mean, these guys suck, but I need fullbacks. just random fullbacks to fill out the roster. Let's see. All right, pass block and run block. N'Golo Kante will likely get moved over, and McKnight from the looks of it. Yeah, it doesn't even really matter. Yeah, let's see. Conte's only a 66. We're gonna move Kante to fullback, and we're gonna move McKnight over to fullback as well. Out of just pure necessity, because we don't have a natural fullback anymore. We had to move the Giant Toothy Beach over to tight end. We're set. We're set. The question now, the cuts, and what's going to happen with these training results here as well, and how it shapes the team. So let's get a look. So, Jesus. Picks McTurnover is a 91 as a sophomore. We have 3 seasons to win a national title. Like, I know that we have that new guy, the 77 that we just brought in, but holy shit, dude. 87 speed, 88 acceleration. Oh my god. 80 break tackle. Oh yeah, trust me, we're going to a spread offense after the option didn't really work last year. 88 juke. I mean, dude, the guy can catch the fucking ball, too. It's ridiculous. 86 throw power, 88 accuracy. He's unreal. He's unreal. We got away with redshirting him as a freshman. We have to win in the Picks McTurnover era. We have to. Again, we have the other new boy behind him, and Thad Castle, he'll never play, but he's at least a decent backup. Running back-wise, Philip J. Fry is now an 84. Stewardson Bullsworth is an 83. Squidward Tortellini moved over from wide receiver. He is a 74. He might end up getting cut. At fullback, N'Golo Kante does move up to a 57, which is okay. Running back-wise, I don't know what we're going to do, and if we're going to run Fry and Bullsworth, do we risk redshirting our new 5-star? That's a pretty big risk if he were to walk away. We've only had one player ever walk away, though. Wideouts, Bagman and Dwayne Johnson, both up to 84s. Buckneck at a 76, Smith a 73, Hot Wheels a 71. Adrian up to an 81 tight end. E-Girl Simper a 77. On the O-line, Rhino Cock up to an 88, even better than what I thought. Frank Grimes now a 95 in his senior year. 88, South Park Cows. 84 for Jesus Crust. And Bam Bam Gigolo at an 86. This is the best our offensive lines looked in a long, long time. God, my light's flickering here. I got this ring light that's totally dying on me. Eat Pants up to an 87. Numbass and J.J. Watt Jr. both 82s. You got Flapjack Buttersworth at an 83. Toogie McToogson at an 81 as a freshman. As a freshman. Jesus Christ. Or should I say Jesus Crust. Bart Simpson as a senior. He's now a 90. My God, Bart Simpson's a senior already. Middle linebacker, Perry the Platypus at an 85. Ed La Soul at an 81, as is Catfish Candyman. And on the right, Yushiro Harano, an 85. At corner, 84 is for Numb Legs and Fair Hooker. Bolivia Rodrigo's a senior as a 77. And at safety, Legends Arceus, Jumps Stand-in Desk. And Manscaped Lawnmower up to an 84. At kicker, Swagataria Beef Smell a 91. Cream of Wheat is an 85 as a freshman. Oh my God. Cream of Wheat's going to be unreal. And Lifetanium Dufed Boy at an 88. We're looking fantastic. Like, not just for this upcoming season, but for the next few seasons, we're looking great. We only have to cut 12 players as well. And again, if Picks McTurnover isn't the guy, then hopefully Antonio Reddick is. We could cut Mike Mendoza if needed. Obviously, running back. We can move on from some people here. Squidward Tortellini, chief among him. He had an amazing catch in that Pittsburgh game, but he's a junior. He's only a 74. Squidward's got to go. He's got to go. And then running back-wise, there's 2 3-stars behind the 4-star. Certainly 66 Anthony White has to go. We'll come back potentially for Russell. Keep the 2 fullbacks as a roster necessity. Of course, he dropped by 23 because we moved him from a running back to a fullback. Wide receivers. Jake Steele is a 1-star JUCO, like he's out. 2-star sophomore Ron Muhammad. He's a little bit better than Caleb Green, but I think Muhammad's got to go too. He's only a 2-star and a 69 rated. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Muhammad goes if we have to come back. If only we could have gotten that 80 rated fullback. Yeah, that's the one thing that didn't go according to plan from the last recruitment class, was that guy going to Notre Dame instead. On the O-line, I can't really imagine that I have anybody to cut. Corey Ferguson, maybe. Yeah, honestly, let's be honest. Corey Ferguson's, he's going to go. He's the obvious cut. Defensive end, nobody there. Defensive tackle. Eric Manning's a 3-star and only a 66. We'll move on from him. At linebacker. This is a little bit tough. That's a little bit tough. Grant as a 3-star and a 65 is a better shout. Let's move on from Taylor Grant. Could move on as well from Marquess Rutledge. And we'll do just that. At safety. Donald Berger is an option. High is an option. Anton Chigurh is only a 75 as a junior. We're going to move on from him. And at safety, Kyle High is not bad, but he's just got to go. We don't have space for him. We got 3 people left to cut. Of course, we're going to keep everybody there. I want to keep the quarterbacks, although Mendoza's not overly necessary. I mean, granted, Thad Castle's a junior, so we'd have to bring in a quarterback next year, but we do average bringing in a quarterback about every single year. Instead, let's cut Damian Russell. He's not bad, but he won't have a chance to play anytime soon. We are going to come back and cut Ron Muhammad. We know the quarterback is a cut option. Unless we go for somebody else. I have to keep 2 fullbacks or it will auto-sign somebody. That's why McKnight's there. We'll go with Rawls. We'll go with Rawls. We're down to 70. We had to make some tough cuts, but no brutal cuts. And that'll bring us to the setup. We don't necessarily need that many defensive tackles, but at the same time, some of them are pretty damn good. That's why I was hoping to hold on to them. Hope the new game lets you have more than 70 on the roster. Me too. All right. So with that, we're off to the 2022 preseason. Of course, for those of you in chat, yes, we will be naming players soon, so get yourself ready, but I want to set up everything else first. White Fat Rock went up to level 28, apparently. Or is that a lie? No, that's true. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. The extra 100 points per week is certainly enticing after what happened last season. Passing matchups appear in pre-play coach cam. Increase the yardage needed for setup plays by 10%. So, having greater success with running plays will set up the play action faster. Interesting. I think we want to go setup artist. We want the on-field upgrades next. We really do. What do we want those extra points? Let's go for setup artist. Yeah, we need to start getting those on-field improvements. So, first and foremost, redshirting players. You know what? I actually think we could set this all up after the names. I think we can. There's a lot to do, but We'll prioritize the names. Let's do it.